Hello everybody and welcome back to our Dark Souls completionist guide. We are just finished killing Dancer after getting all the other shit done. And we can move on with our lives. With the state of how everything else is going to be moving forward, it's kind of in my best interest to dip into Dragon Barracks briefly and then move on to the Consumed Kings. Consumed King's Garden, Osiris's Domain, whatever you want to call it. Simply just because of what I can get in the the barracks. Oh, that got me a little closer to death than I was expecting. That's actually very good to know. It is in my best interest get a few more Titanite chunks than I should have in order to get one of my weapons to a plus 10, because I have all of the, I have a slab to get a weapon to 10, so I should actually capitalize on that. Collateral. These guys pretty much will consistently drop Titanite chunks. They're not chunks, but large shards. So anything that's not plus 6, you should be able to get to plus 6 by doing so. And then you can also use... they will also occasionally drop Titanite chunks. But we'll worry about that in a bit. So I'm just trying to get at least a handful of chunks here so I can get one of my weapons up, because next couple sections require a lot of damage, and that's a lot of damage that I do not have right now. Do you mind? And whilst, yes, there is chunks in the Consumed King's Garden, there's also a lot more chunks here as well. God damn it. As soon as I got hit by that arrow, I knew that was going to happen. I hate archers. I really do. Even if the archer and the halberd guy didn't kill me, I wouldn't have been able to heal anyways, because I got hit with an undead hunter charm there. Real unfortunate business. I need more stamina. The ambushes in this place are ludicrous. It's actually disgusting how many there are. And the sad thing is, I'd say I'd go after the archers first, but that in itself is its own issue. Really? That range on that halberd is fucking for real. Jesus. Alright. Oh, the end of the game is gonna be a rough trip at this rate. And I think I actually took some medication to get rid of the sore throat that I've been experiencing all day for this. I actually went back and, whilst organizing the recordings from Crucifixion Woods up till now, I actually noticed just how not warmed up my voice was when I was going through Crucifixion Woods. Because like my voice that had just woken up, and my voice was still sore, and going through some cold, flu, something or other. Besides the point. The point being is, I've not been on top of my form, and actually just got back from picking up some medication. Because, yeah, trying to do hour-long recordings. Excuse me? Really? Really? Okay. There is the second archer. Second archer that has range on me, that's the problem. Alright. Okay, you win. I'll do this a little bit more precautiously so I don't die in the same place for the 4th time in a row. You're the thing that killed me last time. So you can just go fucking die in a hole. Because you're the one that hit me with the undead hunter charm. Okay, you shouldn't be there. Excuse me. Well, I wasn't expecting you to be on this side, but if you're gonna be on this side, then I guess this is where you get to die. Now the rest of this area is child's play, now that I've gotten rid of the 2 archers. And the guy who throws undead hunter charms. Finally. Not even the real primary reason why I bought this bow is not to kill that man. But, you know, sometimes people just want to see the world burn. damage to you. What are we sitting at for chunks? 4? Yeah, okay. I know where to cut off the rest of the dragonberries here. Down to the right I go then. Spears have their stupid range. Let's grab the Great Lance. And seeing as everything else that we're going to be encountering doesn't have to deal with any of that, we can probably just say fuck it and just move on with our lives. First things first. We're going to cross a chunk of the bridge and we're going to roll off. Undead Bone Shard. This is another puzzle man. We're just gonna make sure and let him transform, and then shit on his day with pyromancies. Harsh Titanite shards, Twinkling Titanite. Couple more chunks. There's another puzzle man. Same story. And we transform, shit on his day with pyromancies. And up here, grab the lightning urns. Bait this thing as far into the corner as you can, because you're going to get attacked very quickly here. Now there's hollows all up and down this wall. They're just ready to climb over and attack you. The more we lure them to us, and then fall back and then push forward again, the better off we're going to be. Because these aren't your basic bitch thief hollows anymore. These guys hurt. Ah, damn it. Oh well, it works, I suppose. So now there's 2 drakes. We're just gonna drop to the right this time. I didn't mean to drink that Estus. I don't need Carthus Rouge. Grab this chunk. What are we sitting at for chunks now? 7? 7 will have to do. We'll get the last 3 in the Consumed Kings. A large soul of a nameless soldier. An old friend. Treat him as we did way back in the beginning. Same strategy. That's the AoE I was talking about all them hours ago. Just disrespect the man entirely. I need to give that hollow a chance to throw anything at you. Have the sniper crossbow and the bolts. And then we're going to go to the real section of this. The actual Consumed King's Garden. One of the fastest ways to get there is from Lothric Castle, Bonfire, or Dancer, either or. From the Lothric Castle Bonfire, you can just run over here though. I don't think I have enough Ash and Estus for this next section. I suppose I don't need that much, but some would be nice to have, I suppose. Actually pulling out all the stops. Excuse me, since when can you do forts? The Blue Knight in the beginning, that we used the weapon art on the straight sword in order to get past the shield. Using that on these guys. When this thing goes down, don't let it go all the way down to the bottom. You're going to want to hop off as soon as the floor is in a reasonable distance here. Off to the right, we're going to grab a Estus Shard. Should bring us to 11 plus 9. No. 14 plus 9, which means we'll be only missing, I think, 1 Undead Bone Shard and 1 Estus Shard. If the Awesome Man here don't want to fight, that's fine. We won't fight them. Perseverance increases their durability, and in addition to that also whoever told you putting up that shield is a good idea? You're a bunch of liars, and you should probably not listen to them anymore. Alright. Have the large shard. This is toxic flooring again. So we're going to get toxic, so then this is going to put us on a timer. One that we're actually going to try and outrun. But plus a man hit like Mack trucks, and also the toxic is putting us on a very sharp timer. We're actually going to want to drop. This is our next item. We're going to want to go up and over. Drop down here. And then here. We're going to go in here and ride the elevator up all the way. From the very top, we're going to want to go through. There's going to be some thralls in here and a couple of priests. Thralls are for the most part ignorable, but we will take them down as we get to them. Just because they do a lot of damage. I feel like I might actually be in one hit range right now. Mainly because if this priest up here buffs them with Sacred Duty, the amount of damage they do skyrockets. This thing's toxic's not even halfway done. We are going to get rid of it now that we have the shortcut. Get all our flasks and mana back. And somewhere between now and when you talk to Hawkwood, in the very beginning of the game, Hawkwood finally decides to grow a pair. He decides he doesn't want to be a coward anymore. And decides he wants to be a dragon. And the only way to get to where the dragons are at is to go through the Consumed King's Garden. So we are going to actually ride this down. We're going to hop off once again before grab the dragon scale ring. Kill this gentleman. And then we're going to Ember. Because Hawkwood should have a symbol. Unless we haven't talked to him. We might need to talk to him. If that's the case, then, you know, I'll deal with it without it. I'll manage. You can only go one of like 2 different ways. Oh, that was a bit closer than I wanted it to be, but thank you for the chunk. And now we have the big kahuna. I don't think fire is going to work too well on dragons. Actually, no, now that I think about it, he's actually kind of weak to Pyromancies. Just give me this stone plate ring. And then... we have Osiros the Consumed King. And let's see how right I am. Not amazing. Osiros is always a mixed bag. I'm gonna go ahead and state that now. Not because he's particularly difficult, but because you will either have a great Osiros fight or you will have a terrible Osiros fight. Those are the only 2 ways that this goes. It either goes well or poorly. When he goes into phase 2, this is when you're going to want to make sure that you are topped off because he hurts a lot. And you're also going to want to make sure that you stick to that seed bag of a grundle of his. He's got a lot of quick moves and a lot of moves that hurt. So you're just going to want to stick close to him. Kind of pace yourself. Don't exhaust your stamina. You might need to roll at a moment's notice. You're going to want to stick close to him regardless. It's a lot easier to dodge when you're underneath of his pelvis. Than it is to dodge when you're far away. You also get more favorable attacks. Him, like Vort, though, will have a lot of. He has got a lot of moves that turns an entire body into a hitbox. So just be wary that, like that, where he just suddenly will charge and do a shit ton of damage. Avoid his crystal breath. It does curse. You'll either get hit by every single one of his moves, or you'll get hit by a few of them. Like, unless you're like a god tier gamer, you're gonna get hit by some of his moves. But he's got some pretty solid tell signs. And after you've learned to read him, he's not too bad. And for all those mage players out there, Oseros is where you get the Moonlight Greatsword. Now you're starting to see the souls just kind of rain in. What we thought was like a ridiculous amount of souls is just what we've obtained by going through the start of the Dragon Barracks and the Consumed King's Garden. These guys, their entire species is annoying. I hate them for it. Up here, we are going to get another emote called the Path of the Dragon. Over here, there's a chest. It has a Titanite shard in it. Titanite scale, sorry, my bad. Meant to say scale. I had the picture in my head right, but I just didn't actually execute the saying of it correctly. And then right here leads to the next area that we're going to be going through, the Untended Graves. Now, the Untended Graves and me, we have a troubled history. I love the boss of the Untended Graves. He is a lot of fun. But the problem I have with him is that he doesn't love me back. He kicks the shit out of me constantly. Like never ending. It's a tragic tale. Oh, both of those cost 10,000, so I guess we'll just get the sword. Untended Graves has a bunch of things that we want though, so that's where the goodies come into play. We're gonna get these up to 25 ideally. 17,000 souls is a lot to still have left over. Actually, I'm gonna start acquiring the pieces of my fashion souls. And because I enjoy faster weapons, we are going to get the Lothric skill sword, or the Lothric Knight Sword, up to being my first weapon. And seeing as that's got currently a B and a B, which is pretty solid scaling. If you went with Dex though, it'd have an E and an S scale. With Crystal, it's S for Intelligence. For Simple, it's an S for Intelligence. With Chaos, it's an A in both. An S in Faith for that. An S in Faith for that. 2 A's and a Dark Gem. Like, the Lothric Knight Sword is a solid ass weapon because it gets like an S scaling into fucking everything. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna get some souls and we're gonna give this thing a sharp infusion because that's gonna give it its highest overall damage, I believe. Yeah, easily. It's breaking 300. Whereas our current one's hardly breaking like 170 or 270. And then we're also going to allot Estes to give us 4 and 10. Because we are lacking in the Ashen department now that we're actually casting spells more frequently. Hawkwood's not here, which means he might be out by his His grave. There's only like 2 places he ever goes to. Okay. Hate how the Firelink Shrine has to have these fog gates up. Why they exist, I do not know.
The poor, be they lord or
Alright, you didn't say anything else. Cool, so Untended Graves is next. Nice, short and sweet video, of which over half of it was spent not even in the Consumed King's Guardian. Consumed King's Garden, my bad. So, with that, I will see you all in the next video, and we're gonna hope that the Untended Graves goes as smoothly as the Consumed King's Garden did, because it's been known to not, and I don't want it to not. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.